Most parents don't realize this one thing about how their baby sleeps. And the truth is, baby sleep is not just a routine. It is one of the most important parts of early child care. That directly affects safety, comfort, and development. Even small details that seem harmless can change how safely a baby rests during sleep. Especially in the first year of life, when everything is still developing. That is why baby sleep safety focuses on simple, consistent habits that should be followed every single time. Let's start with the most important foundation. A baby should always be placed on their back to sleep. This position is widely recommended because it allows the baby to breathe freely and helps keep the airway open during sleep. At this early stage of life, babies do not yet have full control over movement. So the starting position matters a lot. Even if a baby later turns or shifts position on their own. The safest practice is always to place them on their back at the beginning of sleep. This simple habit forms the foundation of safe sleep. Now let's move to the sleeping surface, which is another very important factor. A baby should always sleep on a firm, flat mattress, designed specifically for infants. The surface must be stable enough to support the baby evenly throughout sleep. Soft or uneven surfaces may seem comfortable, but they do not provide the right level of support for safe infant sleep. That is why places like couches, cushions, or adult beds are not suitable for babies. They are not designed for safe sleep positioning and can create unstable conditions. Now let's go deeper into something many parents underestimate: the sleep environment itself. A baby's crib or sleeping space should always be simple and clear. This means there should be no unnecessary items inside the crib at all. No pillows. No stuffed toys. No thick blankets. No loose bedding. Even though these items may look soft or comforting, they are not safe for infant sleep environments. A clear crib allows the baby to move and rest without obstruction, and helps maintain a controlled sleeping space. Another important factor is consistency. Babies tend to sleep better and more safely when their sleep environment remains the same. When sleep setups change frequently, it can create unfamiliar conditions that are not ideal for building safe habits. A consistent sleep routine helps the baby settle more easily and supports better long-term sleep safety. Now let's talk about common mistakes that many parents make without realizing the risk. One of the most common mistakes is placing a baby on their side or stomach during sleep. Even though it may look comfortable, it is not recommended for routine sleep. The safest starting position is always on the back. Another mistake is overfilling the crib. Some parents add pillows, toys, or extra blankets to make the baby feel cozy. But in reality, a simple crib is always safer than a crowded one. The less clutter in the sleep space, the safer it becomes. Some parents also allow babies to sleep on sofas, cushions, or adult beds. These surfaces are not designed for infant sleep and do not provide the stability needed for safe rest. Another important factor is temperature control. Overdressing a baby or using heavy coverings can make sleep uncomfortable and affect rest quality. A light, breathable setup is always the safer and more balanced choice. Now let's simplify everything clearly. Safe baby sleep comes down to 3 basic rules. Back sleeping. Firm, flat surface. Clear sleep space. When these 3 rules are followed consistently, the sleep environment becomes safer, more stable, and more controlled. Baby care can sometimes feel overwhelming because of the amount of information available. But sleep safety is not complicated. It is built on small habits repeated every day, not complex instructions. What matters most is awareness and consistency in how the baby is placed to sleep. Even small improvements in sleep setup can make a meaningful difference over time. Paying attention to these details helps create a safer and more stable sleep routine. And if you are ever unsure, it is always best to follow standard safe sleep practices or consult a qualified professional. Because the goal is not perfection. It is making safe, consistent choices every time your baby sleeps. If this helped you, save it so you can refer back to it later. And share it with another parent who needs this information.